Mm-mm. Yo, yo, what's happening? What's happening with you? What's going on, good people? Everybody good? No, it's been a minute. Bless, bless. It's going well. How about yours? Boy, there's so much to talk about. Bye. Mm. Yeah, I believe so. Friday in South Georgia. What's happening, J. Ross? What's going on? Much love. Give y'all a couple more seconds before we get started. What are my thoughts on? I mean, it's expected. It's been exciting, and I know it's different, especially because people are playing in the bubble. Um, so it's a different kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have the support, when you don't have the fans behind you, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good. You know, March Madness is always an exciting time, especially because you don't know who's gonna win at what time. So I know a lot of people's brackets are messed up because of everything going on. What's up, David, Jamie? Because of everything going on, but I think it's good though. That's what makes it exciting. Anybody did any brackets? Who y'all got winning? It's been, ain't been too long, D. We was on here last Tuesday. What's up, Jamie? We was on here last Tuesday. So um, yeah. My day was good. How was yours, Jamie? Got a few topics I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask y'all. Yeah, Baylor got a squad. One topic, Day of Life hit me with and said, does colorism affect people's thoughts on navigating dating and being open to dating outside their race or ethnicity? Does it challenge blackness to marry or date outside the race? I know it. I'm going to get back to it, David. Uh, and then the other thing I want to, I guess, is that was one question. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Then the other one is so basically somebody hit me and said, does colorism affect people's thoughts on navigating dating and being open to dating outside their race or ethnicity? Does it challenge blackness to marry or date outside of the race or ethnicity? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hold on. Yeah, they down bad. They got some injuries, man, but they'll get it back. Um, so um, the other one that I wanted to ask was, in light of the recent news with what's his name, Darren Jackson, something like that. Um, he's like the relationship guru or whatever, and they saying that allegedly he's not following his advice. So I guess the question is, do you feel that people can still give solid advice Derrick Jackson. Yep. Do you feel that it's okay to follow people who give solid advice but don't live by it? Like, what's y'all thoughts on that? So which one between them two, which one y'all want to rap about? He confirmed he did. Oh shit. Hmm. So basically, Jamie, if you don't know who Derrick Jackson is, he's a guy that gives relationship advice. Um, but it's kind of like it seems like he plays off of ladies' emotions, like that's his base. Um, but I guess they found out that he wasn't being faithful to his old lady, so he been catching it. Um, just wanted to know what y'all's take was, man. I wanted to get a chance to talk about it. But hold on, let me see.
Hey there, sir.
What's happening with you?
Look, I'll tell you the business. I got tuned in because my friend told me about it. I was like, wait, I know that dude. And it was like, oh snap. Are they talking about him like this? Yes. He came out, did a live maybe about 2 hours ago with his wife. It was real uncomfortable. Real uncomfortable.
It looked real uncomfortable. What would they? So for everybody that's just tuning in, basically, I'm asking. My question is, can you still follow them? It doesn't follow their own.
You cut out. I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said I was telling the people who were just tuned in. I said, can you still follow the advice of someone who doesn't follow their own?
That's a
Because
tough one right there because I mean,
it
like I
is.
said, he's a self-proclaimed relationship guru. I mean, but he did that himself. So it's kind of like if you could take somebody's advice with a grain of salt, but you have to apply it to your own situation. If your own situation doesn't call for that, then you're gonna have to be like, I'm gonna pass on that. Like some stuff he said was really, you could take it and be like, yeah, that sounds great great in theory. But in reality, if he's not following it, why is he giving it? But that's like, I can tell you all the time. I can tell you all day long, yo, Josh, how you do what you do when you do it with your kids or your significant other, you ought to be better with this or you ought to be better with that. Or you could tell me the exact same thing. But if I'm not following it and I'm just giving you advice just off the cuff, is it really advice or is it just criticism?
So somebody gave me an example, and they said it's just like, and I think Destiny might have said this. She's on here now, and she was like, "Well, it's just like some of these pastors, right? They can preach a good
Don't even get me started.
your face." She was like, "It's just like some of these pastors that can preach a great word, but then they not following suit."
Ooh.
So that's what you know what I'm saying. Like
We've had a
I
lot of
thought about
those.
it, but it's a very interesting concept because it doesn't just go for relationships, right? It doesn't just go for our spirituality. It could also go for parenting. It could also go for mentoring.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just wanted to get people's takes on that because I know a lot of people are tight about the fact that homes got jammed up.
And this is not the first
Um,
time he's got jammed up. This is like a couple of times. The first time I think was previous to them before they got married. So they've only been
mhm.
married for about 4 years. This recent thing happened about a year ago, but supposedly there are a couple of other ladies who have not just come out and just told their story, because supposedly there was a fear. They were fearing that there would be retaliation or some kind of threatening. You really have to go watch his live. I'm so serious. It was kind of crazy. It's recorded. It's on his page where he's sitting there with his wife. She's got a little bonnet on. She's sitting there. He's holding her hand tight. She looks uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable with the situation.
Are we sure that's his wife?
I promise you. The way she looked scared, she looked like he just brought her up from the dungeon and said, "You gonna do this live or you ain't gonna eat tonight."
Because she don't really, from my understanding, she don't really make appearances.
No, she doesn't.
For that to be her first appearance, I don't know. For everybody that's just tuning in, basically my question was, can you still follow the advice of people that don't follow the advice that they give? Because I know a lot of us, we follow a lot of experts per se, whether their relationship was, we were talking about Derrick Jackson, whether it's, your pastors or whoever.
I'm still like kind of no. I'm on a no for him at this rate. But like I said, you still have to take it with a grain of salt. You have to take everyone's advice with a grain of salt. And he just got kind of busted out there live, and the damage control. He's trying to do damage control now because he's got books he's trying to sell. He's based his whole life on, I'm this dude. I am this dude, and I'm giving you this advice, and you should follow this advice. It's not working out.
It's not working out.
It's not working out. He's gonna lose some. He's gonna gain some followers because they want to know about the drama. He's gonna lose part of his base because they're gonna be offended by it. And he addressed that at the end of his video, that there were gonna be people that he's gonna lose. But it's like, so at the end of the day, really?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I love doing this.
Oh snap! About to get live.
What about the human aspect, right? And I know a lot of us, we either the people themselves will put themselves on this pedestal because of what they're saying and how they're saying it, or the fact that we put people on this pedestal, right?
Right.
And we don't necessarily think about the fact that
people are human.
They're still human. They're still flawed.
Mm-hmm.
They still make decisions that we as people may not agree with, or we may agree with.
True story.
And I'm trying to just look at it because it's not only with Derrick Jackson, right? I think of also, which kind of bothered me, that, for example, and this is totally different, but at the same time, I'm using this in reference to Derrick because it's like Kirk Franklin had to apologize for cursing his son, right? He was going to beat the brakes off that man.
Look.
His son supported him, and Kurt had to give this apology, and I'm like, bro, why are you apologizing?
No, we didn't.
That doesn't mean that you're still not a man of God because you had a moment. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that you still can't give a good word to the good people, or it ain't like you're getting kicked out of. It's just kind of crazy that he had a moment and everybody's in an uproar because it's like, oh my God, why was he talking like that? Why? But it's like, man, underneath the Most High, you a man first, just like you're a woman first. You feel me?
You are, and I think, I really think the whole Derrick Jackson thing is hitting people differently because they did put him up on a pedestal. I think that's why it's hitting so differently. Kirk Franklin, look, that was a non-starter for me. I'm like, so why are we discussing this? I was like, because essentially, we're talking about two grown people having a conversation. If my mother has a conversation with me and I don't like that conversation, there's no need for me to air that conversation on on a live or record because I didn't like how she said what she said. She said what she said. Now, my response is my response. You always are respectful to but your children will take you there sometimes. They will take you out of category. I mean, look, my children are 21 and 24. I've had to have conversations with them and say, hey, look, that's not the move. It's not something I would do. And you're out of pocket right now. And I need you to come back up. I need you to come back into reality. And let's talk about this when get some sense about yourself. But, at the end of the day, I know that my kids are going to be like, okay, well, my mom said this and I respect what she's saying. I may not agree with it. And we've had this conversation too. You may not agree with what I'm telling you. And you may not agree the way I say it to you at the moment that I say it to you. But
Yeah.
it came from a place of love. But you, at the end of the day, you are going to respect me as a parent. That's just it. I'm not here to harm you. I'm not here to hurt you, but it is what it is. I said what I said. You said what you said. We're adults now. You're over the age of 18. So we're having conversations now. And I like to keep it real with my kids. So that Kirk Franklin thing, I don't even know why people were tripping out over that. Stone glass houses.
I know why, because Christianity is a tough religion, man, and people act like they followers of the Most High, but they really some of the most judgmental people. So right. So Dale Life said, you can listen if they have humbleness to say that they made a mistake in their approaches to help you and not make the same mistakes. And then she followed up with,
right.
I think Derrick is judgmental of other men who made the same mistake, and that's why he's in a bad position, which was where I was coming from, because I feel like with him, who was the other guy too? The other guy that used to be married to Latoya, was it Tony? No, not Gasson.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think he's still married to his wife. No, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that guy. You're talking about Latoya Luckett. Yeah, I don't know his last name, but that relationship is kind of tough too.
But he was one of them relationships. I believe so. Yeah. I think that it's different, right? I know I talk about relationships a lot on here, and I give a broad perspective because my beliefs, what works for me may not work for the next person.
True.
But I'm also open-minded, and that's why I can discuss different topics or wherever it can go, because I still believe that out of all the people that continue to listen, or if there's friends of friends or however it works out, man, everybody think different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And how they should move. Like, for example, there are some people who feel like, shit, I should go 6 to 9 months really trying to get to know a person before I dive in. There are other people that are like, shit, if the shoe fit, wear it. Like, if I'm vibing with that person, I'm gonna go hard. You know what I'm saying? You got other people that's, and I know this is a Steve Harvey thing, but what do you call it? The 90-day rule.
Yeah, 90-day rule.
Man, yeah. So I say all that to say, like, everybody, what's up, ET? Need to get ET's expertise, but I think that there's, again, a lot of different perspectives, and I come from a humble space whenever I speak on relationship, especially because I've gone through my things. I was married, divorced, like,
right.
I have children by multiple women, like, so, you'll have some people that be like, well, what the hell can he tell somebody? ET, we got to connect, bro. Like, they'll be like, well, what can he say to somebody? But the one thing that I always come with is
perspective.
I'm humble enough. And that's it. It's just perspective, because I'm humble. Like, I don't think that I have all the answers. I feel that I can make a person think.
And you do.
Outside of the box. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always open to learn and hear what other people have to say.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the important things about just the conversation, whether it's relationship, whether it's your mental health, whether it's parenting or co-parenting, no matter what the topic is, it's just being open. And I feel like a lot of these guys and women are coming from a judgmental place.
And they,
They have they have an agenda, and that's what they go with. I think that a lot of men that are in that space. Et, is your line still the same? If you still on here, if so, man, I gotta text you, Brody. I need to rap with you about something important. Um, I apologize, Queen, but a lot of I feel that a lot of men who are in the space, especially because we're talking about relationship, they're in a space where they are pro women
Mhm.
or they're pro dragging the man. Then for the women, it's like they're pro women or they're pro dragging the man.
Mhm.
And then if you get a man and a woman, it's like they're in a couple, so they're talking about what works for them.
Right.
And that's not a bad
No,
thing,
it's not.
but what works for you may not work for everybody else. And that's why I feel like it should be a broad conversation where it's an open discussion, because there's so many different walks of life
It-
that are hearing people that are giving this advice
right.
to people about relationship. You know what I mean? And people are coming from a lot of different perspectives. Like one of the topics that before we really started going was to talk about dating and dating outside of your race and all of that stuff. Like we're not gonna do it on today's because we started talking about this, but I definitely want to talk about that.
No, I really want to
Um,
get on. I would definitely want to be on when you talk about that because that's
yeah,
something as far as relationships and colorism is concerned. A lot of people get that from their parents and their family. They're like, "Oh, don't if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home." That was an old one. I'll probably show up my age. That was what. Yeah, I went all the way back. She can't use your comb, don't bring her home. That thing right there. And you get a lot of people who are very colorist. And when it comes to that, that you shouldn't. Oh, stick with your own kind. You know, that it's love is love. Love is love. If you love who you love who you love. But you have people with an older mindset that are like, nah, not gonna. I'm not gonna be able to do that. You can't. And I have to say, people in my family are that same way. And you have to decide. I told my mother one time, I said, let me just tell you. I said, if he Italian,
hold on, Queen. Hold on, Queen. We gotta save it now.
oh
Hold
yeah,
on. I
I'm
gotta
about to
stop.
go all the way into it. I'm sorry. Let me back up. Miss,
Be blending topics, man. Don't hold
don't do
on.
it. Don't do it.
Hold on.
Look, I'm
So
make sure you ping me when that topic comes up, though, because I'm ready for that one. Actually, I was hoping you were gonna get into that one, because truth be told,
I,
this Derrick
I,
Jackson thing is crazy.
I just wanted to, for one, I apologize to everybody, man, about last week. I know the last time we jumped on was, I think Tuesday. Uh, but it's been a lot that's going on, so I just needed the timing was a little crazy, but I think it's something for everybody to think about. You know what I'm saying? And I not just with relationship. I think in general, people still have to understand that people are people, and I guess they mean well. No matter what space they're coming from, because like you said, everybody's you have to take people's advice with a grain of salt.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it's not necessarily coming down upon somebody because of their walk. You know what I mean? So I've been somebody, I can admit that I haven't been the most perfect in my relationships throughout life.
Who has?
I have well, I think it's different when you can go ahead and admit that you're wrong, because most
That's
people won't admit that they're wrong, and that's why they get criticized the way that they do. Because I'm the type of person, I'll be the first to admit, man, I've cheated, I've lied, I've done certain things, I've made certain decisions that haven't necessarily been the best. But at the same time, I'm gonna own that, and I'm gonna hold myself accountable for the things that I've done. Um, and I'm still, learning, and I'm on my walk and continuing to grow and continuing to get better. I do not claim ever to be perfect, because we all have, reasons and whatever to why we do what we do and when we do it and how we do it.
Right.
And that's why I feel it's important to get to know a person. It's important to get to know what a person comes from, their history,
Mhm.
um, their traumas, their what their parents have gone through. Like, what type of things do you pick up? Because I've mentioned on here before, the amount of abuse that I have faced as a child. Things that have had long-term effects on me, the way I view relationship,
Mhm.
the way I move in relationship.
True.
Um, and that's not just from a personal, that's also friends, family,
Right.
just a lot of that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I just, I find these different stories and these different things to have these discussions, because again, it's to open our mind to just try to be more understanding, because the more we understand, the more we are aware, the more we um, gain wisdom or knowledge, the less upset we are,
Right.
the more understanding we are,
Mhm.
um,
The more
the
you're able to
less
make
things
better
bother.
decisions as you get older and go
That
through
too,
more things, you make better
that
decisions.
too.
Well, you would hope that you make better decisions. Some
Yeah,
people
you
continue
will
to make the
hope, but
same mistake.
right. Right, and it's still a process. It's still a process. I'm gonna hold my hand up, because I still do some things from time to time.
Oh,
I still do,
guilty.
but I'm understanding of it, and I'm not the type to make the excuse. I can look at myself in the mirror and be like, bruh, stop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're
at
doing
least
too
I can
much
go.
right now.
I could at least be like that, instead of like, because there's still a lot of people that are my age, your age, my mama age,
Hmm.
that won't hold themselves accountable, because it's like it's everybody else's fault, or they'll make up some of the craziest reasons as to why they did what they did, and it's like it's okay. Like, we're so heavy, man, and we're trying to look and seem a certain way, and that's not the case. You know what I mean? Like, and we got to do better with that, and that's why I look at this Derrick Jackson thing, or anybody else, because everybody is funny. I know Steve Harvey's story. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Um, not on no hearsay. Like, I'm fortunate that I'm in circles where people that know people who know people, even if I may not know
Right.
them, to really have an understanding. But it's like, you know, he bruh still be giving some solid jewels.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what he's
And that's what I
saying.
said about
Will
Derrick
Smith be
Jackson.
giving solid jewels. Yeah, it's people that'll give solid, but it's just like I, again, I think it's different when people put themselves up there versus when people do it, because it's different. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, I've seen certain men or certain women who it's like the agenda, and they just got it on their mind how they gonna present, and then it drags people down, like it pulls people down, instead of it being something that's meant to uplift, build, motivate, inspire, or something.
He always did put
So,
a little disclaimer at the end of his videos, if y'all.
bruh be tripping. Uh-oh. Bruh be tripping. Shit. Uh-oh. Anyway, anyway. Hold on. What's happening, good people? What's happening? don't know what happened, man. We had a good little thing going. Guess the phone hung up. But I wonder if Big Dog still on here, man. See if he's still on. Think he might have took off. My phone audio is missed. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know what happened, good people. Shoot. It was a connect. Yeah. I don't know what happened, Queen. Let's see, I'm going to try you again.
I think we're back.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Hold on. Let me see. I think one of my partners trying to jump on. I'm gonna add her.
Oh, that'd be hot.
One of Riverdale's along. Let's see if it'll let her get in.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
What up, Clayco?
hey. Hold on, first I don't like I
What's
don't
happening?
think you can see me. Let me put my hair down. I don't look so crazy.
Girl, it's all right. It's 9:49.
I know. Like, excuse me
He
if I
was
look a
like,
little on the bed.
look, I'm technically sitting on the edge of the bed. Let's not.
Now, I've been going in and out of y'all conversation because before, are we still on the same topic from before, or we moved on?
No, we're on Derrick
No, we
Jackson.
still on. We gonna keep it there.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
we gonna keep it there.
I honestly don't like to listen to other people's opinions about anything. I think we all have our own opinion about what we are doing in life or how we feel like we need to go throughout our personal lives. I'm just not a fan. So I don't follow guys like Derrick and everything else because I'm Darren. I'm like, I'm not about that life. Like, I just can't hold
Do you
everybody's
follow?
opinion that high.
Do you follow anybody that gives their opinion on anything though?
Huh?
Do you follow anybody that does give their opinion on life or
Yeah,
relationships or
yeah,
whatever?
actually I do. One of our homies from high school, boss, Silvery, Will Silvery. So
Mm-hmm.
he's always on live as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, and he has some chicks on there that, give some good advice about, like, how they're feeling, but when it comes down to it, it's just like it's so controversial to me of how, like, even how us in our black community look at a black man and a black woman being together. And sometimes it's like, oh, yes, it's the best thing, black love. And then sometimes it's like, why is the black woman putting the black man down? Or, that type of situation. So it's always kind of like listening to everybody's like opinion of how they feel like their their relationship is supposed to be, or how they're supposed to do their lifestyle, or even me, down to the point that I did my career first, and now I'm 37, I'm thinking about, marriage and everything else. But yeah, no, I'm not like a lot of sisters out there. Like, i I did it probably a little different than some other people from down south actually would think you should do, things. But everybody has their own way and pattern of how they're gonna be successful, and it works out both ways. I think it's just depending on how you want to, you view your life and how you want to live it.
Points, you know what I mean? When we first started talking about the topic, basically the subject it wasn't Derrick. It was the fact that I just used him because he's been a hot topic. But
Yeah.
basically, it was like you follow can you follow the words of somebody that
The
doesn't follow
expert.
their own advice?
Yes.
And I was just trying to get people to think a little bit more outside the
Yeah.
box. I went around using different examples. Like I talked about, there are a lot of pastors who give a good word that don't necessarily live by what they preach. I talked about how people were very judgmental of Kirk Franklin because of the situation he had with his son. Just trying to get people to understand that, man, we're still human. I think that the different part, that what makes it so uh, difficult is when someone themselves puts themselves over and above, which I feel like Derrick and I'm not gonna say all of his, but a high percentage of his messaging was dragging us and pro y'all, and it just looks crazy. And it's like, bro, we need to. This is a time to uplift and love one another.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not gonna do it any other time, and this is not even a black thing, I'm just saying, just in general, like we should all be letting positivity and love and just good shit come out of our mouths on a daily,
Yeah.
because
Definitely.
it's too much hatred, it's too much negativity going on, um, and we don't have time to be bashing, because you can hold somebody accountable without dragging them through the mud. I think that people don't understand that there's a way that you can still go about doing it, and that's the thing that anytime I jump on here, like I feel that it is a responsibility of mine to share different views, to get people to think a little bit different, because I've had the chance, like, shit, we from the same area, you know what I mean, and I know how we thought growing up, and then I had a chance to go to college out of state,
Right.
and then I had a chance to play
Overseas.
ball overseas,
Mhm.
and then I had the chance to travel around the United States, and then I had the chance to play more ball overseas. So I've been able to listen, I've been able to learn, I've been able to understand life a lot different, because my perspectives are so much more broadened. Like the things that I've been able to learn, the cultures I've been able to be in,
The
and the
experiences that you
history,
had.
and yeah, it's just so much different. So the way that I think is gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always for our people, but at the same time, I'm for my people, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna down look or look down upon other races, other cultures. And then I also am the type that I'm very happy and I'm very proud of my heritage, of my history. Like I know what I'm mixed with and what I come from. A lot of people can't say that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
either because they may not know, or their people may not know, or the information could be lost. I don't know. But I was fortunate enough to, have it where my family knows the full breakdown of my makeup and where my ancestors come from and all of that.
Right.
So
But you're not gonna be
so
like PhD. I'm gonna go on YouTube and like let you know about your life, and this is how it needs to be. That's why I'm saying, like,
Yes.
the
Josh,
people
yeah.
that
fix your
feel like
life.
they need to,
Not
yeah,
all y'all, huh?
right. Let me tell you how you're supposed to live this life that is supposed to be right. Like that's the
Hmm.
only thing about me. Yeah, I get what you're
But
saying,
like I said,
Josh. Yeah.
everybody has their own opinions on, and
Right.
you have to take everyone with a grain of salt when what they're telling you.
Hmm.
It's That's just how it goes. And if you follow their advice, that's one thing. But
Right.
you should still have some perspective of your own, just based on your own experiences. Like
Right.
I
And
can
even
do
Right.
like
somebody even on
what
here just said we need to have more of a diverse panel. Yeah, I think it is true because it's so many like I don't know opinions about this whole like situation right here and how we like look at other people. Sorry to cut you off, sis. Mhm.
oh no, you good. Because trust me, I totally understand that. I actually, the only way I found out about the situation is because I saw it on someone else's post, and I had to go back, and I was like, wait, I know him. What are we talking about?
Right.
And then I had to go look for it. I actually had to go look for it. I saw who is it, ABBA and Preach. They did a little video on it, and of course they were hilarious about it. And then it was like, and then I went, and it was like, my friend was like, oh, yo, he's gone live right now with his wife. And I'm like, okay, well, let me go look at this and see what's happening. You know, because if you listen to him, you kind of want to be like, okay, well, what's going on?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And I just want to say, ladies, you know, and I know a lot of people just tuning in, but you know, that's the reason why I, for me, and when we get on here, you know what I'm saying, we joke and we call it the church, but that's what the congregation is all about. Like I've had people, I had one young lady on here from Australia when we were talking about relationships and just her views on what that looks like for her ideal man and vice versa.
Right.
You know, I've had, you know, some of the Caucasian brothers on here talking and expressing how they feel, you know, and the more people that come on, if we can find different walks of life and people that want to talk and share, I'm all for it.
Exactly.
But it's just about getting people to be and feel comfortable to want to do so, because I think that that's very important. I think that that's how you bridge the gap in a lot of different ways in a lot of different arenas. Like when all this stuff was going on with you know, the protests and things like that, I was advocating to have Zoom calls with all walks of life, men, women, white, black, brown, whatever, because it's important. I have, you know, some of my white brothers that reached out to me like, bro, I'm sorry, what can I do? And I'm like, shit, it ain't your fault, but get some people on the call.
Right.
Let's have a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's do something that can be impactful. And it's the same thing with relationships. It's the same thing with you know, parenting or co-parenting. You know, it's all these different things, man, and I think it is important. You feel me? Like, and I'm very big on that. And I want to see people come together and learn and understand that there's different ways of handling, thinking, moving, all of that. You know, just take the time to get to know people and to understand
Yeah,
that.
exactly. That's the main thing about it.
So I appreciate y'all for jumping on, man. I know it's past all of our bedtimes, but
First of all, I ain't old. I'm still young over here. I'll jump off
Wait,
to
I,
let
hold on.
somebody jump on to get some more, you know, understanding.
I'm it's past my bedtime for
I
sure.
was gonna say it's usually past mine. My family would be like, "You still up?"
Well, look, Queen, give us a good word, because I always want to ask everybody before we end one, man. Give us a good little nugget before we jump off.
A good one.
You know,
Thank you.
you know, a good word. You know, as far as relationships concerned, I'm talking about just in general. I'm talking about your personal relationships, whether it be romantic or in your life. You have to listen to what people are telling you and listen to what people are saying to you and how they're feeling at that moment. You can't dismiss the feelings of others because it doesn't align with what you're thinking. Like, if I could be feeling some one way and you could be feeling a totally different way. I could say, you know what, you don't listen to me. You don't take what I say to heart. But in your whole mind, you're thinking, I always hear what you're saying. You hear what I say, but are you listening to what I'm saying? And if you're
Yeah.
listening, take that time to really understand how that person is feeling. You know, you don't have to agree with how they're feeling, but you can listen to how they're feeling and try to, that favorite word, empathize with what they're going through.
Yes. Because a lot of people don't do that. And to even
No.
piggyback off of you, to even say like, a lot of times we don't, as you know, especially as we get older, we don't think out the box, and we don't
Okay.
try to think out the box or try to, we have our own ceiling of how we feel about things, and we don't
Yeah.
try to go past that or anything of the sort. And you have to sometimes like step away from it. It's like that whole phrase of like putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. Literally,
Ooh.
it kind of goes on a day-to-day basis. No matter if it's in a relationship with your bestie, your boyfriend, your mom, your daddy. Sometimes it's like you got to just like think about how that person is feeling and thinking, and just go from there. And that piggybacks on your empathizing. Yeah, like you just have to. Just
Yes,
gotta open
Queen.
up. You gotta be open, guys. Like we gotta be open. That's the only way we're able to like move forward as a country, as a person, or anything of the sort. Like you have to just keep it open. You can't be
Right.
just so closed minded because we're never gonna get anywhere if we're closed minded.
Right. And
Period.
love is still
Period.
love. Oh my God.
Yes. Yes. And
We
love.
have to uplift our brothers and our sisters. And yes,
Yes.
no, we don't all drag our brothers.
Right. You can go. I'm okay that you went to prison. I'm not gonna be closed minded that you went to prison. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person.
Doesn't
It
mean
doesn't
you're a bad
mean
person.
anything. It doesn't mean that you can't have a Fortune 500 company. Nigga, you ain't stupid. You just made some bad decisions. Be open minded, people. Just that's
Right.
all I'm saying. Just in general.
Man, appreciate y'all, Queens. Much love to y'all both. Prayers
Thank you, love.
and blessings. Y'all make sure y'all continue to stay safe, man. And
Same.
I'm gonna finish it off because y'all had a great word. So I'll piggyback off of y'all. And I'll just say, man, understanding.
Yeah.
I want to say understanding in the importance of understanding, and with understanding comes so much knowledge. With understanding comes so much wisdom, because it allows us to be a lot more patient with people. It allows us to handle them with a different level of care and a different level of love. It allows us to listen to people, as you all both mentioned. It allows us to take a second and pause and put them first, because a lot of times we approach situations and it's about me, 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 me. And we don't think about the other person. We don't think about what they could have gone through. We don't think about what their experiences are. And that's why understanding is so powerful.
Mm.
And it helps you to see the world from a whole different magnascope. Like it just changes up the trajectory, and it helps to build and strengthen the relationship versus tear it down, because you're only viewing it the way that you see it, and you're not trying to understand where they're coming from. So ladies, thank you.
Thank you.
Love y'all. Today
Thank you.
was great. You know what I'm saying? We back on deck, y'all. I gotta look through my phone because listen, I think if I'm not mistaken, this Wednesday, and I gotta look again, this Wednesday gonna be a powerful one, because there was a young lady who reached out. She is I think she's like a mental health advocate or like a therapist or whatever, but we're going to talk about human trafficking, sex trafficking, molestation, the shit that goes on, especially in our community.
Really.
So y'all make sure,
I'm
if I'm
tuning
not
in.
mistaken,
I'm totally
I
tuning
do
in.
believe,
Yeah.
it's going to be Wednesday, I think. And if it is Wednesday, I'm going to be very transparent about some things that happen even with me. So y'all make sure y'all tune in, man. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed, man. Great start to this week. Y'all have a good one.
Have a good
Thanks,
one.
guys.
Bye. Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Am I doing this right? Let me see. Make sure I'm doing this right. Hey, man, y'all be blessed, good people. Appreciate everybody, man. We're going to get back to regularly scheduled programming. Love y'all. Miss Summers, I see you. RJ, Dev Life, everybody that was on deck, man. Kia, appreciate y'all. Wall Street Dreams, Hello Beautiful, everybody that was on deck, man. Corey, Rod, just want to salute, man, everybody that was tuned in. It's going to be a great, great, great situation. I got to remember when we're supposed to do it. I got to look back through my, bro, I'm trying to get, hold on. I'm trying to get off the live. You want to come on the live. We already shut down, brother.
My guy, what's
What's
up?
up? What's up, bro?
You watching the March Madness games? Or probably not.
No, I I got yoga on my TV screen. I had to do my little yoga before I jumped on, man. So I'm gonna check it out in a minute. I just wanted to tap in with the people
Yeah,
and I'm about
you should. You're doing a great thing right now with all the going on Instagram Live every week and talking about like different topics. That's what I like about people when people do that.
So look, because where you from, big dog? Again, remind me.
Come on, man. You know,
Look,
Jersey,
come on.
Jersey.
But what's your
Oh,
background and
I'm
nationality?
Hindu.
See, so that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to come up with a topic, man, so you can share with the good people a lot about your history and your background.
Yeah,
Because we talked about doing things where we bridge the gap. So it's like it's cool that I know you're from Jersey, but your roots are, you know what I'm saying, from
India.
from
Yeah.
from West Ham.
Mhm.
So are you Punjab or what's
Oh,
from India? Where in
we're no, we're no, we're just Hindu. That's it. No, 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 no. Yeah,
all right, because I got some folks, man, that's Punjabi, so that's why I
yeah,
was
yeah.
asking. But
There's some Punjabi. Actually, some of my family members are Punjabi, but we're mainly Hindu and all. Like this.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying, bro. We got to get your perspective, you know what I mean, on life, man. We got to get you away from the sports world for a little bit, and we gotta hear some stuff, man. So we'll talk about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Good seeing you, man, and we'll catch up.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We're at 720 episodes now, though.
I know you had to plug that in there. All right. By the time we get back on again, you're gonna say we had 1,000, my brother. We had 1,000.
Yeah, no, but
All right.
no, I agree with you. We have to come up with a topic with the talking about India stuff. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right, let's do
Yeah.
it. We'll figure it out,
All right,
bro.
man.
We'll bring good people, man. Appreciate you. Always good seeing you.
Yep.
All right. All right, beautiful people. Y'all be blessed, man. We back on deck. You dig?